Managua FC. Una noche bastante fría acá en un total. Entrenamiento número que va a cerrar de la siguiente manera con Rodrigo Roca, el número 1, a 5 pasos, número 3, Oscar López, número 4, Luis Tijano, número 17, Carlos Cerezo, número 23, Enrique Rodríguez, número 8, Ángel López, número 14, Fernando Javier, número 18, número 2, Luis López, número 3, Edgar Castillo, número 20. Parado técnico de la Real de Nicaragua, acá en el estadio por Fernando Bermúdez, 4-2-3-1 con Roma Puerta, Paz, López, Gano y Acevedo, defensiva, Rodríguez y López, en la construcción, Ayer de Antuña y López, en la derecha, este Castillo con hombre de punta, el Managua se siempre de la siguiente manera, con este, el Camino Cero con número 2, este equipo con número 2, con Roberto Fernández con número 5, Kevin Velasco con número 7, Juan Miguel con número 3, Emilio Sosa con número 8, Jeremy Guareña con número 16, Leandro Figueroa con número 22, Emilio Cúzquez con número 11, el Guerrero con número 16, Ricardo García con número 21. Falta de los funciones todavía el equipo por Futbol.
Hello and welcome to the final match of the regular season in Liga Primera's Apertura season, Real Esteli and Managua FC. I'm Sean Meadow and I'm joined by Ian Sachs. We're calling this one remotely as Nicaragua battles through Hurricane Iota's carnage at this point. The hurricane making landfall Monday evening at Category 4, but the match pushed onto today, Thursday, as things get going. And Ian, this one means a lot for both teams. Obviously, Esteli at the top of the table and Managua trying to sneak into the playoffs here. What does Esteli have to do to really get their season finished up here, and what does Managua have to do to find themselves in playoff contention?
Well, Sean, first off, I'm just happy that we're able to play today after that devastating hurricane earlier this week. And for Esteli, I think they need to get their offense going. They've struggled on the offensive side of the pitch the last couple of games, a pair of draws for the Train of the North, and they really want to get that offensive flow that was so important to them racing out to their 10 wins so far this season. And for Managua, they have a lot of work to do tonight going up against the top team in the league, but they have a playoff berth on the line. But first they need to take care of business, then they can turn their attention to scoreboard watching. Gonna need some help to get into that final 6 spot.
As we're 30 seconds into this one, the grass looking a little bit long. Obviously the hurricane leaving some remnants here on the field. Obviously a ton of rain coming through, wind. You can see the goal mounts. A little bit of mud as Esteli regained possession, headed back to goal by Oscar Acevedo. Rodrigo Romo back in goal, the 28-year-old Spaniard in his first year at the club. Has been quite solid, only conceding 13 goals as a team Esteli in this Apertura. The league best goal differential of plus 18. The next best is Walter Ferretti in second. They're at plus 8. Managua free kick here in the second minute on the right side. They can get into this playoff. A 6th place finish is what they need. They sit in 8th right now. What that means is they'll need a few things to happen in their favor. They'll need a win here tonight, they will need to have Ocatal win or draw versus Dirionhen. They'll need Chinandega to draw or lose against Walter Ferretti. And if they want to push for fifth, they'll need Juventus to have a 3-goal advantage. But that's asking like a lot to have go in your favor, but not completely out of the ordinary as this ball is swung in, slips to the back post. Pozo puts it back in, and it's cleared away by Esteli. This one a throw in now for the home side, Managua on the left flank.
All they can say is just give us a chance. They've given themselves a chance, but of course, as you just laid it out there, Sean, they are going to need so much help in this final match day of the regular season. And that's what draws so much attention to that 0-0 draw against Chinandega in their second to last game just over a week ago. Had they gotten a win in that one, Managua would be in such better shape, sitting right now at 19 points. That would have boosted them up to 21 points and put them potentially in the driver's seat, but in much better position to get that sixth spot heading into the playoffs. But hey, still a chance to do it, and that's all you can ask for as they take the pitch here. But definitely a tough task ahead of them in Esteli. Now, Esteli has absolutely nothing to play for. They have the 1 seed all locked up, clear of second place Walter Ferretti. So not really much other than a final tune-up for Esteli tonight. But of course, you want to be playing your best soccer as you're heading into the postseason. Take a look at Esteli's last 5 matches, just 1 win to go along with 3 ties and 1 loss. So they've been struggling a little bit down the stretch. Fortunate to get a draw in their last match against Junior Managua, where they had a goal in the 84th minute to even that one at 1, ultimately getting the 1 point from the draw. But the majority of that game, Junior Managua was leading and taking it to Esteli. And that's the last place team in Junior Managua. So Esteli really needs to find their shape here if they want to contend for the championship. Of course, sitting in first place, all paths to the title runs through Esteli. But you want to be playing your best soccer and as you attempt to avoid an upset in the playoffs.
Of course, as Esteli with possession here, they'll bring this one all the way back. It's Oscar Lopez. He pushes this forward into the midfield. Falls to Richard Rodriguez. At the halfway line, gives up possession. Managua. Quaresma plays it forward to Zuniga. He's stripped of it. Here's Juan Pereira, who's all but locked up that golden boot with 13 goals on the season for Esteli. Sprays it wide now. Luis Acuna.
It'll be important for whichever team can score first in this matchup. We know that Managua is a desperate team playing tonight. They absolutely need a win. Any chance of the playoffs is ruined with a draw or a loss tonight. So they're going to be desperate for the entirety of this 90-minute contest. And for Esteli, they played from behind for about half of that contest earlier this week against Junior Managua. So they want to get on the scoreboard early and find that offensive flow that's behind their 31 goals this season. They need to find the back of the net and find it early to get that confidence back, that swagger as they head into the playoffs.
Right, and Managua trying to get into that playoffs. That momentum could be there for Esteli. It's clearly the last match of the season. Match week 18 in the in the Apertura, and they're looking to try and get some momentum as they head into the playoffs. A free kick here for Managua on the right side. 6-minute no score between the Train of the North and Managua FC in the capital. It's a good position, similar to one free kick earlier in the match. They'll take it quickly. Headed toward the frame. It's grabbed by Rodrigo Romo. It was Kevin Serapio who rose up to it at the back post, unmarked by Esteli's players. And Romo calmly diving across, and he'll roll this one out for the visitors. Lopez chips this one forward up the pitch. Acuna, or pardon me, that was actually Castillo playing in that 9 role. Acuna playing in the right wing, sort of dropping into that 10 role. Luis Acuna has found the back of the net twice this season in his second season. The Argentine has played for 8 clubs over 4 countries in his career. And he's managed to find the back of the net for all those clubs. As Managua gets going, ball through. Romo comes out of the box to clear that one away. And then it's Rodriguez who gives this one away.
Acuna, the 31-year-old, bringing so much experience.
As Managua's shot from the outside. That was Mendieta. Tried to hit one from pretty far away, maybe 35 yards or so from Romo's goal. You can see some fans in the stands here. Not the usual stadium for Managua. Today at Roy F. Bermudez Stadium. As Esteli tries to find possession, it's been choppy so far. Not sure if the pitch is to blame or maybe just the casualness that Esteli comes into this game with, knowing that they've locked up that top seed in the regular season. They'll go into the playoffs, number 1. It's the places behind that are in question, with Walter Ferretti at 29 points, Jalapa with 27, and Gerion Hen with 26. All those spots are up for grabs, as is 5th and 6th, which is where Managua's got their eyes focused on. As Ayerdes drops this one back, it'll be a left-footed cross for Esteli. That's blocked. Luis Lopez gets his own cross, and it's a good challenge from Quinto on the slide. It goes out for a throw-in, and Lopez will jog over to take it here in the 9th minute. Ayerdes. Rodriguez now flicks this one into the box, picked up by Acuna on his left. Crosses toward the middle. That one goes right through the 6th. Castillo comes running through and went right by him.
You could already see from just the first roughly 9 minutes of this contest the difference in urgency and tempo, that when Managua gets the ball, they're looking to score. They're striking from any length. You have a good look at the goal, shoot it, because you never know if it could trickle in or redirect or off a rebound potentially go in. Whereas for Esteli, they're a lot more patient. They know that, hey, if we draw or even lose in this game, no big deal. We're still heading to the playoffs, so we can be a little pickier as we attack our offense and only look for really the best shots, whereas Managua, they need to score. It's simple as that. They need to put goals on the scoreboard tonight.
Huge chance there for Managua as that one goes right in front of the 6. Rodrigo Roma, he's back on his feet. We'll see, though, they do have the trainer come on, and we'll check out the goalkeeper.
Just a collision of bodies right there in front of the goal. Didn't look too serious, but a little shaken up was Romo, and now to lead to a corner kick for Managua, and another good opportunity off of
It's actually going to be a drop ball here. Managua's going to take this one quick. It's crossed right into the near post. Interesting from the official to do it that way. I think that might be going against the grain of some other traditionalists, where I think Esteli would probably clear it to Managua, but Managua did have the chance. That ball may have not gone out, but they will get the corner, in fact, here after that one gets cleared in behind by Quijano for Esteli. It'll be a right-footed outswinging cross from the far side. You can see the grass length is a little unideal as Luis Lopez heads that one away. We'll see how much that grass length actually affects the play on the ground there. We see a cross coming in the air, whether or not players will look to try and avoid having to keep the ball down on the field, on the actual grass. And a handball shout here, but that one's waved away.
You can even tell that the ground looks damp. It looks flooded with water. So certainly not great ideal conditions, as you see right there on Mendieta's even leg, the dirt stain already, and we're only 10 minutes in.
Yeah, as he fires that shot over top. I don't think the flag went up on the far side, but he appeared to be offside from that angle there we just got on the replay. Maybe the best chance so far for either side. Coming just minutes ago when Roma was collided into, but no score. 12 minutes into this one between Esteli and Managua in Nicaragua's capital. Just 4 days after Hurricane Iota made landfall. A couple hurricanes in a couple weeks for the Central American nation.
They've had such a rough go of it the last 3-4 weeks, and it's really amazing that with everything going on between the hurricanes and the pandemic that they've been able to get to this point, the final match day of the regular season in the Apertura portion of the season. So really it's a credit to the players, the organizations, and the Liga Primera as a whole to get to this point and be on the cusp of the playoffs.
Yeah, as that shot gets fired in from deep, I believe that was Richard Rodriguez on that left-footed effort. Comfortably saved, though, by Lester Acevedo. We'll have another look at that earlier chance. Yeah, he's certainly offside there.
No question about that.
Yeah, Mendieta's shot, though, going over the crossbar. This one staying scoreless. Does Managua take the throw-in on that right side? Cross toward the top of the box. It's behind everyone, but it's put right back in. It's deflected on the shot off of the left foot of Jeremy Quaresma, and that one will go out for a corner kick for Managua in the 14th minute of this one. Esteli finding themselves on the back foot a little bit. Obviously, Managua with much more to play for in this game than Esteli. I think if you're Real Esteli, might be coming into this one focusing on just getting out of it unscathed, no injuries, and your key players being able to go for it come the playoffs, as this corner kick finds Managua players, but it's cleared away by Esteli after a scary moment for the Train of the North. Good challenge there on the right. It's Marlon Lopez for Esteli. Finds Acuna. On his left foot, plays it into Castillo, gets it right back from him. Lopez. Pardon me, that one's Acuna. He plays it to Lopez here. Luis Lopez. Left-footed ball from the sideline. It's headed by Castillo. Looks like he is asking for potentially a foul, but he doesn't seem too sure of himself in that one. Either way, goes out for a goal kick. Managua able to deal with that one quite simply.
A good idea from Esteli there to stretch it out to the corner instead of bunching up right in front of the net. It looked like they were going to be going there where potentially a 3-on-5 opportunity, but playing it out, stretching the field, opening up opportunities and passing lanes. Just couldn't be able to put a play together to get a shot on goal.
And for Esteli going into this game, obviously the 1-1 draw with Junior Managua in the last game, that it didn't really do much for the standings for them. So it's just a couple of games where you wonder what this lineup will do, and they're keeping some of their usual starters in there. We'll see what the plan is long term, but Esteli is not happy with the way this one is getting called so far by the officials. Another free kick for Managua on that right flank. We'll see if they can find a way to capitalize on this opportunity. Their third chance from this same side on a free kick. We've got numbers at the top of the box. It's just the question of whether or not they can get the shot on frame.
Definitely the majority of the foul calls have been rewarded in Managua's favor. Now, of course, that's partially responsible to the fact that they've been on the attack majority of the game, and Esteli playing more defensive. But still something for Hover Flores and the Esteli side to take into consideration when figuring out how long to keep their top players in the game in a seemingly meaningless game for Esteli.
As Esteli clear their lines, Roma had to come out for a punching save and then offside on the clearance forward. Not sure if both players were offside on that run, and Had that been left, maybe onside and maybe in on goal. But regardless, that one is called offside correctly, and we'll have an Esteli throw in here on the left. It'll be Oscar Acevedo. 17th minute, no score between Esteli and Managua in a rematch of the Clausura final and the Apertura final from last year. The last time Managua actually won either the Clausura or Apertura was the 2018 Apertura. Esteli beating Managua in last season's Apertura and this year's, I should say, Clausura. The two-season system played throughout Central America and Mexico as well. Francisco Paz on the right, crosses it in. The header goes straight up. It's pushed away again by Quaresma, but not completely out as Esteli get possession. Ball from the left side to the top of the box. Knocked down and cleared away by Managua. Out to the center circle. Esteli have the numbers defensively, and they get this one away. Quijano with the intervention and the clearance coming from Acevedo.
Sean, you were just mentioning all the postseason history between these two clubs. I'm sure Esteli would love to be able to squash any postseason hopes for Managua, and they don't want to be the team that lets Managua in. Now, of course, plenty of help does Managua need, but it all starts with a win here, and for Esteli, you'd love to be able to end the playoff hopes of a rival that you have so much history with.
And recent history, too. So, definitely some players who have some fight left in them from these previous meetings in big matches. And this one will feel like a final for Managua, as Esteli essentially just clear that one on that cross, goes out for a goal kick, and it'll be Lester Acevedo to take the goal kick for the home side. Lester's been the backup goalkeeper for Managua. Normally it's Erly Mendez who starts, but the 32-year-old is on the bench today. It'll be Acevedo, formerly of Dirion Hen, in the goal for Managua in an important match, really the most important match of their season at this point, as the ball's given away in the midfield by Marlon Lopez, and Managua trying to take advantage of that. Ball's flicked through, but it's headed away by Quijano. Esteli not using Yon Mosquera at center back today. The Colombian has been a key player for Esteli throughout the season, defensively and offensively. Gets up and gets good chances too. But now, Managua on the left side. Guerrero trying to find some space or a teammate. Drops this one off to Quaresma from outside the box. Flicks this one in. It's a nice little dink by Danilo Zuniga, but it goes right to Romo. Not enough space for the attack for Managua.
Romo able to read that one right through the opening. You saw a lot of traffic in front of the net, but that ball perfectly telegraphed by Romo.
It's good thinking there from Esteli, trying to play that cutting through ball between the fullback and center backs, but it's just too far for Francisco Paz, the 37-year-old, trying to get down that field for Esteli, his 9th year at the club.
And what a backbreaker that would have been for Managua. They controlled the time of possession for the whole first 20 minutes of the match, but Esteli could have gotten a fast break goal right there had they connected. And for all the time played on this half of the field, it'd be a 1-0 deficit for Managua.
And that's soccer for you, as Managua somewhere between a shot and a cross on that one. Goes wide for a goal kick. Out of the two teams so far, Ian, who's happier with their performance so far? Managua with the attacks, but Esteli haven't really had to make any defensive interventions to thwart any huge opportunities, and Managua definitely needing that win. Is either side happy with their performance right now, or is it kind of a neutral feeling?
I would say if either side is happier, I would have to say Managua, given the fact that they've been controlling the time of possession, and as long as you keep the ball on your half of the field, eventually something should trickle in for them. And the best defense against the most potent offense in the league, keep the ball away from them. You don't want to give Esteli second and third and fourth chance opportunities. Managua's been doing a great job of, once Esteli gets it on their offensive side, maybe give up a shot, but really turning it right back and going on the attack. That's exactly what Managua has to do here to keep the pedal to the metal, keep the foot on the gas if they want to knock off the top team in the league.
Well, coming together here in the midfield, and Esteli will get possession. Acuna plays it out wide. Paz on the right. His cross is blocked. Chases down the second ball. It's a strong sliding challenge from Quaresma, and that one goes out of play. And it's deflected off of Francisco Paz. It will be a throw-in for Managua on their own left side. About 25, 30 yards away from the goal line, and they'll trickle up the field here.
Had that been in Esteli's possession, I would have said that would probably set them up for their best offensive attack of the night, with a pretty deep throw-in opportunity. But given that it's going right back to Managua, a fortunate turn of events for the home club.
Good passing from Managua as this one gets into the box. It's a right-footed chance, and it's a left-footed save from Rodrigo Romo. It was Danilo Zuniga who got him behind. His shot gets parried away by the left foot of Rodrigo Romo. And Esteli trying to attack themselves, but Managua will keep possession. Huge opportunity, and Romo comes up massive for Esteli. Keeps this one scoreless through 24 minutes of play.
Romo looked out of position on that one, and I thought that the back line of that Esteli defense was going to have to help him out there, but he was able to stick that leg out at the last second to make that save and keep a pair of goose eggs on the scoreboard. But Managua continuing to put pressure on that Esteli back line.
And another chance there for Zuniga, but that one is blocked by the sliding challenge coming from Oscar Acevedo. 3 players with the last name Lopez for Esteli. You got Juan Acevedo for Esteli, and just one Acevedo with Managua. So I'll try to get first names in there as well for you folks, but definitely a challenge of sorts. This one gets pushed out to the right side for Esteli and brought back in by Francisco Paz. Rodriguez flicks it once more wide. This one played forward to Ayerdes. Haven't called his name too much tonight, but he's been a key player for Esteli this season, and just his second year since transferring from Juventus FC. And the 20-year-old with 4 goals, very talented player. Seen him in the attack, and he can play through any spot in that front 3 for Esteli tonight on that left side.
Ayerdes netted the lone Esteli goal in their 1-1 draw on Sunday against Junior Managua, and so important in that 84th minute to get that draw.
Managua with a goal kick here in the 27th minute. The field definitely taking a beating though.
For sure, and that's part from all the rain that Nicaragua had due to that hurricane, and the field just soaked with water and not dry enough yet to really withstand a full 90 minutes of soccer. We already see it tearing up, and we're not even a third of the way through, not even at that 30-minute cooling break yet. So you can only imagine what it's going to look like here in the second half tonight. But of course, both sides have to deal with the same conditions, so it doesn't really favor one side or the other. It all depends on who can weather the storm the best and play under any type of conditions.
Rodrigo Romo setting up his defense as they get set to defend a corner kick. It'll be a short one for Managua. Comes right back out wide to Figueroa. He crosses us in. It's headed away, but only to the top of the box. Second ball is pushed forward, and Esteli get away, and maybe a counterattack as well. Ayerdes out on the right side now. Plays this one into Rodriguez's path. On his left foot, tries to find the through ball for Castillo. It was a good ball, well weighted, but the two players not on the same page as it rolls all the way to Lester Acevedo, the Managua goalkeeper.
Castillo realized it too late that was the pass up ahead for him. And then when he tried to recover and make a play on it, it was already at the goalkeeper.
Nice ball from Ayerdes to get that wide for Paz. He crosses it in. It comes out to the top of the box, and an effort from out wide on the left side. Trails wide of that far post, and it goes out for a goal kick. Esteli withstanding the pressure from Managua early on in this game and getting some opportunities from the outside so far, but not quite challenging the backup goalkeeper for Managua. Quijano calmly plays that one back to Rodrigo Romo. Rodriguez flicks us forward. Ayerdes goes down after a 50-50 ball, both players jumping for it. Ayerdes comes out second best. He's underneath the Managua defender, not quite sure which defender it was, rising up to head that away, and trainers will come out to check on the players.
That was a nasty collision on both sides, but he certainly the training staff of both clubs checking their respective players.
It looks like it'll be a free kick for Esteli as we enter the 31st minute of play.
And I would think this would head to the 30-minute cooling break.
Looks like we're going to get actually examination of players here. They're going to come off because of the head-on-head. Yeah. Castillo and Rigoberto Fuentes for Managua, both heading to the sideline to get checked out to make sure neither player is concussed as Luis Lopez stands over it. So it'll be 10-on-10 momentarily here at least. Lopez crosses that, doesn't beat the first man, but it comes right back toward Lopez. Managua get the throw in. So Esteli can't take advantage of the opportunity as we do head to that cooling break, as mandated for the entirety of the season. Obviously the weather all over the place right now, and the players get an opportunity. This is essentially a timeout for these teams, and over Flores for Esteli giving instruction to his players, as is Emilio Alberto for Managua. It's an opportunity for these players to readjust and kind of look at the way that the formation for the opposition is set up and what is working. And right now, Ian, what is working for Esteli?
They're back line of that defense, as well as Romo in goal. They've been pressured all night by the Managua attack, and they've really squashed any great look that Managua might have had. We saw a couple of instances where Managua was getting close, seeing a play develop, but Esteli, that back line, doing a great job of keeping it at just that, a potential opportunity as opposed to a golden opportunity for Managua, a team that's playing desperate tonight. Their playoff hopes are all resting on first a win here and then, of course, the help. But if you don't take care of business on the pitch right in front of you, all that ancillary other games can really take a back seat. You need to take care of business, and so far the Esteli backline has done a great job of turning away any great opportunity for Managua.
And last time these two teams met, it was a 4-3 Esteli win back on September 19th. This one's not looking like a 4-3 game here right now.
No, certainly not. Neither team really getting any great looks at the goal, and we've seen that Managua has been on the attack the majority of the game, but they have not been really putting a lot of pressure on Romo and that goal. A lot of time in possession, but not much to show for it. And for Esteli, they've had maybe a handful of opportunities, and every time they've been on the offensive attack, it's been maybe a minute down there and then right back for a big chunk of 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes at a time that Managua controlling the ball.
We'll see what these teams do to adjust after that roughly 2-minute cooling break as Esteli with possession. Francisco Paz down that right side that he's been trekking down for many years. Gets a corner kick.
And here's a good chance for Esteli now. You saw the quick attack forcing the corner kick. Now they can run a set play on offense, and this will be key to see how this Esteli offense is playing tonight. We haven't really seen many looks. It's been a quick, fast break and then turned away right back the other way. A really good opportunity for a set piece here for Esteli.
Left-footed in-swinger from Acuna. Comes right back toward him. His favored left foot. Plays it across the top. Luis Lopez. Now Marlon Lopez, a right-footed slicing shot. And Lester Acevedo comes across to make the play, and he ends up colliding with his own post, but makes the save and is able to pick it up and clear this one deep. And it's calmly headed down by Quijano to his goalkeeper, Rodrigo Romo.
Clearly the best shot put on goal tonight by Esteli, and that one almost bent in there right near the post. So Esteli taking, so to speak, advantage of that set piece. Of course, not the goal to show for it, but a really good, crisp look at the net. Something that Managua, though they've had the...
Oh, that is a
ball.
huge opportunity from the left side out of nowhere. With numbers going forward, electing to shoot, I'm not sure even who took that crack at goal. I think it was Brandon Ayerdes.
Had a little bit of a delay on that one, as we could maybe see it from this replay here. And thought about it for a minute, thought, do I try to pass it ahead? But said, you know what, I've got a pretty good look at it myself, and just a little high, but a great idea to try to throw off that Managua back line and catch them sleeping.
Yeah, and I wonder how much is going through Ayerdes' mind there as Acevedo collided with his own post minutes before. If he's thinking that maybe the goalkeeper is shaky, he is the backup for Managua. He was unused off the bench last game and starts in the most important game of the season for Managua, so maybe there is some nerve to it, and having a shot is better than having no shot at all, even if it comes from outside. But Ayerdes unlucky to not get that one down and underneath the crossbar, so it just goes over. And Esteli attempting to force some saves out of Lester Acevedo, but they'll have to get them on frame in order to do so.
Sean, that's a really good point, seeing that a minute earlier Acevedo crashed into his own post and perhaps not fully recovered from that shot, and a good idea for Esteli, but again, to no avail.
That ball gets sprayed all the way out to Francisco Paz. He cuts inside, plays this one diagonally through, but it's well read by Lester Acevedo off his line. He slides over and makes that grab and rolls this one out to the left. And Managua will try to go quickly, but the arm coming across from Marlon Lopez, and he'll have a chat to you from the referee here, and a yellow card to go with it. Probably a smart foul from Marlon Lopez, putting his arm across, slowing down the play and halting a counterattack. As Jeremy Quaresma looked like he was going to get right by Lopez.
Clearly an easy one for the officials there to call, and Lopez, that's his second yellow card of the season. But well worth it to stop that quick attack for Managua and allow Esteli to set up its defense.
And that defense has stayed strong as the half has moved forward. Figueroa from outside plays that one to Pozo, loses possession in the midfield, and Esteli get the ball right back, but miscommunication between Ayerdes and Edgar Castillo. And Managua with a chance themselves. They go long, and Romo comes, and that one takes a funny hop, but he's able to bring that down with his right arm and keep possession for Esteli. 39th minute, no score. Both sides with some opportunities. Managua with the possession throughout the early half of this first half, and Esteli has looked the better team coming out of the cooling break in the 30th minute. Here's Marlon Lopez, freshly yellow carded. Rodriguez into the feet of Ayerdes, but he loses possession. And Managua gives it right back. Tempo has slowed down a bit here. Acuna. Ball pops back out to Oscar Lopez. Paz. Rodriguez trying to find Acuna, but Managua getting in the way. Mendieta is fouled by Oscar Lopez. It'll be a free kick in the middle of the field for Managua. Side needing a win to make it into the playoffs. They need some other things to go their way, but firstly, they have to take care of their own business. Mendieta coming from an offside position as that one was cleared forward. We enter the 41st minute of play in the capital of Nicaragua. Managua trying to play these long balls, targeting Mendieta up top, but he's on his own, and as he flicks those balls through, Rodrigo Romo is waiting for them in his own box to collect them. Seems like Managua's idea to attack is right through their target man up top, as he now takes the ball away from Marlon Lopez, but he can't produce much with it as he plays his ball through and out for a goal kick. Taken quickly by Romo. Esteli struggling to get out of their own half as it's just launched forward by Quijano. Out for a throw-in. Richard Rodriguez jogs over to take. Marlon Lopez. To Luis Acuna. Thought about playing that one to the right, but goes to the left. Luis Lopez. Cross is blocked by Lesnar de Trinidad. .42nd minute of play. No score between Esteli and Managua. Here's Mendieta. Switches it from left to right. Zuniga. Managua trying to get a chance here before the half. But Esteli come out with it. Edgar Castillo making a run at the back post. Nearly found, but it was intervened by Kevin Serapio and cleared away for Managua. Battle in the midfield now. Zayirtis is fouled. Esteli take it quickly. Marlon Lopez. Oscar Lopez plays that forward, flicked on by Zayirtis, but cleared away. But only as far as Marlon Lopez in the midfield. Luis Acuna with a left-footed strike. It hits the post. Nearly going in. That one completely catches Lester Acevedo off guard. And that might have just been the biggest opportunity of this game. We'll get a look from behind the goal as this one rattles the underneath of the crossbar. It might have gone in. We don't quite have goal line technology for this, but my goodness, that was a close one.
Incredible. Just the confidence to pull that one from so deep, send it over the defense, and to have it that close, trying to go top corner with it. But just a hair off from making this a 1-0 game.
Lester Acevedo was completely stunned by that shot off the left foot of Luis Acuna, searching for his third goal. The left-footed Argentine has been a key player in that front three for Esteli this season, off the bench and as a starter. He nearly breaks the deadlock in this one, but that ball might have gone over the line. That back angle was tough to tell, and it did go behind Acevedo, who seemed to be close to his post as it did, so we may never know if that ball quite went over the line, but the official ruling it did not. Linesman's definitely not over at the goal line in time to be able to see that, as it was a long-distance shot. We'll see from this angle if it helps at all, but that looks like it might be in front of the post.
Yeah, it looks like it went straight down as it hit the post and did not careen backwards at all. So I think a good call by the officiating crew to wave no goal on that, but even without it counting, still what an incredible shot by Acuna.
And with the tough terrain in front of those goal mounts, anything could happen as it hits the ground and it bounces back in or bounces out. As now Managua with the big chance here. They've got some numbers. It's a right-footed effort. Rodrigo Romo dives and saves the shot taken by Mendieta as we get 1 extra minute of stoppage time, despite the 2 minutes of cooling break. Marlon Lopez plays it forward. Edgar Castillo chases this down. Well defended by Serapio, but not completely cleared. Esteli with an opportunity here with seconds ticking away here. Rodriguez to the left side. Luis Lopez. Now Marlon Lopez. Can Esteli get another chance before this one goes to half? They'll have a throw in here. On the right side, into the middle now. Luis Acuna is fouled, and they will get an opportunity to put a ball into the box. This one on the right flank, about 30 yards or so from the goal line. Looks like Luis Lopez may be coming across to try and cross this in with the left foot. Luis Acuna still standing over it. Zayirtis is there for a right foot as well.
La Buenica ganó 3-1. No.
And it will be Brandon Ayerdes standing over it with his right foot. Acuna is on the wing. Ayerdes with a pump fake. He'll do it again. This ball's in. It's headed. There's a good ball, but it's headed over the crossbar. Halftime is called by the center referee. No score between Managua and Real Esteli at halftime of the final match of Liga Primera's Apertura season in 2020. 6 opportunities for Esteli to 5 for Managua, 2 on goal for each. 8 fouls committed by Esteli to 5 by Managua. 1 yellow card coming to Marlon Lopez. And 3 corners for Managua compared to the 1 for Real Esteli, the top team in the league, playing like it after the cooling break. And Ian, as we head into halftime, what are these teams thinking they need to do going into that second half? What are they liking for each side?
Well, for Esteli, you have to like the way that they came out of that cooling break really on the attack, had several good looks in that last 15 minutes of play. Of course, we talked about the Acuna shot from deep that hit the crossbar and nearly went in. And for Managua, you have to go back to what was working in that first 30 minutes of that first half, controlling the time of possession, limiting the opportunities for Esteli, because that's how they're going to be able to win this game. You saw Esteli, they had the better shots on goal, the great looks, the great ones that nearly trickled in, as you see Acuna's shot right there. And for Managua, you have to figure out a way to turn the advantage in time of possession into good opportunities, into an ability to find the back of the net and really put pressure on the goalkeeping for Esteli.
Well, we'll have the second half of action for you after the other side of this break. No score between Real Esteli and Managua FC. Second half of action about to get underway in Managua, Nicaragua. It's Real Esteli and Managua FC in the capital. Sean Meadow and Ian Sachs with you. Thanks for tuning in wherever you are in the world watching this one. The final match of Liga Primera's Apertura season. They'll head to the playoffs. Managua needing a win and some other results to go their way. Esteli, top of the table once again, and heading to their spot in the playoffs no matter what. And going into this second half, Ian, scoreless. What is needed for these two sides to find that breakthrough?
For Esteli, it's continuing that same magic that they had in the last 15 minutes of that first half. Ever since that cooling down break at the 30-minute mark, Esteli really turned the tides and controlled the offensive attack and really looked a lot sharper in that final stretch. For Managua, they controlled the time of possession in the first half.
As Managua gets going really quickly here on the right side, ball low in the middle, goes into the 6, and Rodrigo Romo comfortably grabs that one at his chest. But a good chance, and Danilo Zuniga with that cross nearly gets to some of his teammates. But a long ball now for Acuna into the box on his left foot. Acuna across the middle, and it's defended by Managua and collapsed upon by Lester Acevedo, the goalkeeper, who had a shaky first half. One shot parried away at his near post as he collided with the post, and another one coming off the underside of the crossbar, that one coming from Acuna.
But of course, for Managua, even though they controlled the time of possession and had, it seemed like, more opportunities, they weren't great looks, they weren't great opportunities. They need to find a way to get past that Esteli back line and put some really good looks and some pressure on Romo in goal.
And Managua now taking a shot from outside, taking it out of the playbook of Esteli, but Romo comfortably saves that one. Esteli's best chances out of the box, and now Managua's going for it.
Absolutely, and right on cue there that they didn't try to take that back line one-on-one or two-on-two. They simply said, you know what, we'll shoot over you, try to see how good Romo is back there by himself. When you put balls right in front of him, he was able to stop that one, but possibly next time it could trickle behind him and into the goal.
Nice little move from Zuniga to get by the midfield. Here's Figueroa onto the left. Right-footed effort. It's a beautiful right-handed save from Rodrigo Romo at full stretch, diving and pushes it wide. Gonna look from the other side of the field on this one, but Romo with a huge stop for Esteli to keep this one scored. Corner's taken. Esteli defending that one away.
Managua all trying to figure out how to beat this Esteli defense, trying to go one-on-one, trying to get as close to the goal as possible in the first half. Didn't work. Now trying some more outside shots, and what a beautiful save by Romo. Probably would have hit the crossbar regardless, but still you can't rely on that. You need to bounce it away, and that's exactly what Romo did.
Excellent save from the 28-year-old Spaniard as Acuna gets fouled in the midfield, but the save, the shot coming off the right foot of Miguel Guerrero, and it's a wonderful stop from Romo. That might have gone underneath the bar in the end. Judging from that angle there, I'm not sure, but Romo, regardless, with a huge save, and certainly the save of the day, and Managua really taking pages out of Esteli's book from the first half with the shots from outside, something they hadn't quite been able to challenge Romo with in the first half. As Esteli brings it forward, Luis Acuna out to the right side for Marlon Lopez. He crosses it in toward the middle. Edgar Castillo goes up for it. It bounces out for a corner kick. The deflection means Luis Acuna will jog over there to take the left-footed in-swinger.
seems as though the two teams have switched strategies here in the second half. In Managua taking more outside shots and Esteli trying to get right in front of the net.
So this ball from Acuna goes right through everybody, out to the far touchline. Oscar Acevedo lost possession for Esteli, but it's won right back, and now Marlon Lopez tries to get that one wide to the right, and it'll be a throw-in for Esteli. 50th minute, still no score. Romo with the save on Guerrero. He's had a couple of big saves. The first one earlier in the game coming off of a chance for Zuniga, and then Miguel Guerrero with that shot there. Parried away by Romo. That's the lead. Can't win the corner kick on that right flank, and it'll be a goal kick for Managua. Trying to climb out of 8th place, make it into that 6th and final spot for the playoffs. Things aren't looking well for Managua, though. Checking in on some other games. Dirion Hen up 2-0 on Ocotal. Managua with a win would still need a win or draw for Ocotal in that game, as well as Chinandega losing right now. As a chance from outside, it's struck home by Luis Acuna, and Esteli finds the back of the net. 1-0. Looks like Managua won't be making the playoffs, and Esteli might just be going out in style to finish match week 18. Luis Acuna for his 3rd goal of the season.
Wow, and as we take another look at it here, centering it, and the Managua defense out of position, no one setting up on that weak side, which allowed Acuna to poke it through, going to the far away corner, and just like that, now Esteli able to play from in front, and Managua, so much more pressure building for them now. Of course, a lot of pressure in the 0-0 game. You need to poke through and find the back of the net in order to have an opportunity. Now you just need to get back even. Then you can worry about the go-ahead goal, but first you need to find that one equalizer.
And Managua trying to get one right back as Romo has a tough time saving that one as it takes bounce off the grass and out for a corner here. But a good shot from Luis Acuna, and the setup from Edgar Castillo was perfect. With his back to goal, knew Acuna was coming in. The cross from the right side, it all worked out perfectly. Esteli with a textbook finish. Luis Acuna on the score sheet once again for the Train of the North. Managua trying to fight back. Cross into the middle. Headed on a second time at the far post, and it goes wide for a goal kick. So Esteli falling asleep nearly there at the wheel defensively, but able to escape that one. Luis Acuna's 3rd goal of the season coming in the 52nd minute to break the deadlock. Quinto plays it forward now from Managua. Charisma. Back to Quinto. Give it away by Esteli. And Romo takes a late hit, as this one will result in a yellow card. Figueroa applauding Romo. Little gamesmanship between the two players.
For Esteli, it's so important to play from ahead now. We saw last game, they were trailing for a good chunk of that game, finally got the equalizer in the 84th minute on Ayertes' goal. 2 games ago, though, Esteli was in front on the verge of a victory against Dirion Hen. But Dirion Hen got a goal in the 90th minute from Agner Acuna that even the score and resulted in a 2-2 draw. So for Esteli, it's so important to play from in front and learn as you head into the playoffs. They were playing from in front a lot early in the season, haven't had that many opportunities to do so in the last few games. So important to learn revisit those lessons from earlier in the season.
Esteli up 1-0 here, but the tempo staying in their favor. Luis Lopez all the way back. Managua with the high press right now, trying to force this possession. That one goes off of Oscar Lopez's arm. It's called, fortunately for Lopez and Esteli. He's outside the box. It'll be a free kick. Outside, it looks like a little bit of a tussle between Francisco Paz and Leandro Figueroa is leading to a little bit more. Both teams now jogging over. Not sure there was much there to begin with. The linesmen are coming onto the field too. We'll see now. Oh, it's that studs up challenge. Scrapes across the knee and the shin. Figueroa. Francisco Paz. This still results in a free kick for Managua.
It all started when he took the ball and tried to quickly start that free kick before the Esteli defense lined up, and perhaps a little too aggressive and quick with the opportunity to try to start that attack, and well, that led to the little tussle, and now Esteli certainly has enough time to correct its defense and get in position.
The first sub of the match, Managua bringing on Agenor Baez, and he'll go straight to the free kick. He comes on for Jeremy Quaresma, who was causing havoc for Esteli for much of the first half, but has been quiet throughout this second half so far. And so Baez will stand over this free kick with his left foot. It's on the left side, so it'll be an outswinger away from goal. Hits the wall, but it's still loose in the middle. And a bicycle kick from outside, but that one a little more audacious than practical as it goes wide of the goal on the near post.
Why not try to sell it? But of course, you don't get any extra points for the style of how the ball goes in. You just have to find the back of the net, but trying to find the back line of that Esteli defense sleeping.
The other substitution, Diego Pelaez, comes on for Figueroa, who escapes without a red card after his incidents in the second half. And Pelaez is from Spain, and the 32-year-old signed with the Nicaraguan side because of the pandemic. He was playing in Greece, and the season was abandoned, and he made the move over to Nicaragua. He's yet to score for Managua since making the move, but the number 9 has scored plenty in his career throughout Spain's Segunda B and Greece's top flight. 59th minute, it's 1-0 Esteli. With the win, they'll go 38 points, 11 wins, 5 draws, 2 losses on an incredible Apertura season. But they won't feel like their job is done heading into the playoffs. Lopez, left-footed cross, all the way through. Paz. From Arlen Lopez. From outside, it's blocked, deflected by Kevin Serapio. It'll go out for a corner kick. And Luis Acuna, the goal scorer, jogs over to take it.
No, Sean, certainly not completing the job, even if they do get a win tonight. 11 wins in the regular season. That's all fine, well, and good for Esteli, but they have their sights set on the postseason championship, which all begins after this contest. So the records return to 0-0.
Rightfully, as they do, and causes a lot of push between those teams. And obviously Walter Ferretti in second, but Esteli in first to get that bye as well and force 3, 4, 5, and 6 to play one another. Maybe you get lucky and you don't have to play against a team that was in that top 4, and that could also mean problems from a 5th or 6th place team that has the momentum at the end of the season. So Esteli definitely going into this game wanting to keep momentum going for them, because it'll be going for whoever they face in the playoffs, as it's a free kick for Managua in the 61st minute, trying to equalize in this one. But it does look like their playoff hopes are dashed, as this ball goes right through the middle and Luis Lopez clears it away. Here on Hen leading their match, Chinandega leading their match against Walter Ferretti. So those two games not going quite in the way that these teams need. Or pardon me, Ferretti leads Chinandega, so that's going correctly, but here on Hen up 2-0. And here's Managua inside the box. The left-footed shot just fizzes in front of goal and wide of the far post. Big opportunity for Managua. It all comes as the substitute, Diego Pelaez, races into the box and tries to whip up a shot quickly, but his shot just doesn't get on target, as Rodrigo Romo stood like a statue.
A really good look there for Managua, but to no avail.
This time Romo, alerted, comes out and grabs that ball. Esteli might be content to just hold on to this 1-0 lead and see it through, but they are trying to attack still. Edgar Castillo trying to play that ball through for Ayerdes, but he's offside. Quinto for Managua. Zuniga plays this one through to Mendieta. He's produced some of the best chances for the home side today. Right-footed cross from Quinto is caught by Rodrigo Romo, comfortably in his goal mouth as he just jogs forward with it to the top of the box. Acuna flicks it on up top. And now Managua through the middle. Pelaez dropping off. He's really all over the place as a number 9. He's playing in that midfield. He's playing at that striker spot, really trying to create. Not necessarily playing in the position that the number on the back of his shirt indicates. Esteli free kick. Oscar Lopez will stand over it. Somewhat surprised to see Esteli not going for the substitutions yet in this game, to possibly shut it down or even go for opportunity to add some more or give some players some rest before the playoffs.
It's all part of why as a result of their struggles recently and really wanting to try to find a good mix and build some confidence as they head into the postseason, because the way they've been playing the last couple of weeks, the draws in their last 2 contests, they want to find that fire, that advantage that they had in the early portion of this season when they rolled out to those 10 wins, but struggling just 1 win in their last 5 contests. So for Esteli, it's important to get those good reps back and start seeing that juju join and mesh for this team.
A head-to-head collision. This will bring on the trainers once again. No foul will be given in this situation, but both players rising up for the header. And that head-on-head, you got to bring the trainers on, make sure there's no concussions. It's Jose Quijano who is down for Real Esteli. I believe it was Zuniga who was down for Managua, both getting tended to right now, but this game with 25 minutes or so plus stoppage time left in it. Managua's season somewhat out of their own hands at this point. As Zuniga gets back to his feet, Quijano's still getting treatment. Might have taken the brunt of it.
But of course for Managua, it all starts with getting back into this one, evening the score against Esteli, and then trying to pull out a victory here. But it's going to be tough against the team that's only given up 13 goals in 17 games so far. So that Esteli defense giving up less than 1 goal per contest. And now for Managua, you're tasked with scoring 2 goals in less than 1/2 of the game, really about 1/3 of the contest. So a very tall order for this Managua team to have any shot at the playoffs, let alone scoreboard watching. They need to take care of their business here, and their business means scoring 2 goals in the span of 25 minutes.
Edgar Castillo winning the ball back for Esteli. Omley plays it back. That's given. Managua will have a free kick here in the 67th minute of action. 1-0 Real Esteli. The 52nd minute, it was Luis Acuna. His 3rd goal of the season, a left-footed strike into the bottom corner. A nice little build-up play on the right. Edgar Castillo laying it off, and Luis Acuna smashing it home. A good position for the free kick. Goes right into the middle, and it just squeezes by everyone. Throw in for Managua. Zuniga. Foul called on Rodriguez for a bit of a stomp on Mendieta, and it looks like emotions getting the best of everyone. You know, the last time these two teams played, a 4-3 game. So a lot of goals. Barrera had a hat trick for Esteli, but there were red cards too. Rodriguez, who just committed the foul, was sent off. I believe Barrera was sent off too, as was Denver Fox, the goalkeeper. So that one ending up in a bit of a tussle. And on Managua's side, Figueroa was sent off. Heated between these two teams that have played each other in the past 2 finals that have been played in this league, in the Clausura this season and in this year, and last year's Apertura. Both times Esteli coming out on top over Managua. As Managua with the free kick. Headed away by Esteli. Struck from deep, it gets through everyone, and Romo makes the save, but it was called for offside as Mendieta was in the way. Blocking Romo's vision, a good call from the linesman and center official to combine to make that call. It's always tough for one or the other to make that decision. They got to do it in a pair. Castillo. Nice hold-up play, but he's let down by the ball through. Acuna chases as it's cleared forward by Managua. Peleas to Zuniga. One Esteli player down. Ball rolls out. We'll have a stoppage in play as Zuniga tried to take it quickly. It's Oscar Acevedo. Slow to get up. The center back with 1 goal this season. He's been a consistent starter. At only 23 years old, he's been at the club for 5 years. Just a little tangle up there.
nothing extracurricular on that play. Just two players jockeying for position.
And here comes a fun player. Fernando Mercado. He's young and he's talented, and he'll be coming on for Edgar Castillo, the striker. As Castillo takes his time to come off, the fourth official politely asking him to move a little quicker. It's Mercado. Comes in with the bright pink hair. You can't miss him.
No, he's an exciting player on the pitch to begin with, and just that flaming pink hair makes him an even more of a must-see player. And a nice spark plug off the bench for Hover Flores. An important piece of this Esteli team as they try to maintain their 1-0 lead. Got about 20 minutes or so to go before you can write this one in the books.
And Managua with an opportunity from the outside that fizzes over the crossbar after a deflection. It's a corner kick. The shot coming from Danilo Zuniga. And it will be Baez running over to take the corner kick.
The last couple of minutes here, Managua has gotten a few good looks. Just haven't been able to put it right on goal and find the back of the net. But they need to keep the pressure on here.
Ball comes into the near post, and Romo does well to come and collect. He looks like he's going for a quick clearance, and he does. But he's overhit that one, and it's a goalkeeper-to-goalkeeper play right there, as Lester Acevedo says, thank you very much.
And that's okay for Romo. You had a bunch of Managua players right in front of the net. Send it out, allow your defense to get settled, and force the Managua offense to have to run 3/4 of the field as opposed to having the ball right in front of the net.
As Esteli gets moving on this right side, Mercado's asking for it at the top of the box. He's into the game, and he wants an opportunity here. Ayerdes shielding the ball. Does well to turn away. Still Ayerdes. Top of the box now. Luis Acuna looking for another one, but that one goes wide at the near post. Goal kick coming up for Managua.
You already had luck going low the first time for the only goal of the contest. Figured why not try it again and see if Lightning could strike twice tonight, but to no avail. That one wide, but Esteli right back trying to send it on the attack once again.
Nice play by Acuna there. A little flick and go with Luis Lopez, and Acuna's in on his left. Shoots, and it's a great save at the near post by Acevedo. It gets down and makes the stop with his right hand. Strong save off of a strong strike from Luis Acuna, denying Esteli that second goal of the game and Acuna's second goal of the game.
Acuna really powering this Esteli offense now. Back-to-back great looks. And of course, he already has the one goal in the contest, so he's had a chance to possibly even get two or even that coveted hat trick. But for Esteli, they'll take the aggressive looks from Acuna, and they know that he's had success in the past already tonight.
And with 17 or so minutes left, Esteli with a couple of chances after Managua had opportunities. This game not quite as back and forth as others might be. Each team kind of with stints of possession in the attacking third.
Really different flows in this game. You had Managua controlling the time of possession in the early going. Then Esteli in that latter portion of the first half. And so far for the majority here of this second half. But Managua's had a couple of opportunities and back-to-back opportunities. And that's what it's going to take for Managua to push it into the offensive zone, and it might not be their first run at the net or their second it's that third, fourth, fifth opportunity that will ultimately be successful for Managua.
Be a substitution here for Managua as well. Garcia coming into this game for Miguel Guerrero. Nice bit of play by Esteli, but they can't keep possession. Ayer just chases. It comes right out to Mercado. Plays it to Acuna. On his left again. This one is blocked at the top of the box by a defender, and it looks like it stung as well. The referee's going to stop it, so it might actually be somewhat serious injury. Or at least it seemed to be one to force a stoppage in play, but Acuna with the opportunity. That one just hits him on the inner thigh.
Fuentes braced for impact, knowing that he was going to take a stinger, and it got him right where he anticipated it. And even when you anticipate it, it still stings, still causes those nerves there to have all different kinds of feelings.
Mercado, again with the pink hair, you can't miss him. Making those runs through the midfield and causing issues for players on Managua. Both teams get a chance to regroup in a cooling break again, and their coaches can bark out some instructions here from close range rather than across the field. And you can see the drawing board literally out for Oliver Flores to try and close this one up.
And Sean, we saw out of the cooling break in that first half a completely different Esteli team. In the first much more passive, allowing Managua to control the time of possession. Played a lot of that 30 minutes on the Managua offensive side, and right out of the break it was a clear difference maker in that first half. Esteli came out on the attack, had several good looks at the goal before the halftime break, but we were scoreless at the halftime break, and then Esteli finding the back of the net with Acuna. And really, they have not stopped since that first half cooling break, and it'll be interesting to see how Managua now, with their really last full timeout here in this contest, searching for not just one goal to force the draw, but 2 goals to get the win and keep any chances of making the playoffs alive. For Managua, the time is getting very short to find the back of the net, not just once but twice.
As Acuna's found it once and been close on another opportunity, Managua with some chances of their own, and they return to the field, but not that much to play for either side in terms of immediate impact. But going into the playoffs for Esteli, getting a win today and being able to see out this match is a good momentum booster, a good little pad onto their lead, and a chance to have some momentum as they embark on another opportunity to win the Apertura season. Looks like we'll get back underway with Oscar Lopez for Esteli. This one coming in the form of a free kick of sorts, but it goes right back to Managua. Baez plays that one in to Mendieta. Flicks it through. Peleas looking for Mendieta on the return pass, but it's intercepted and cleared away, but only as far as Quinto, and his shot goes over the wall of the stadium and nearly takes out some spectators in the trees. Talk about a bird's eye view.
Almost reminiscent of the top of the apartment seats at Wrigley Field, or the boats at the San Francisco Giants home park. Some great views even outside of the quote-unquote traditional stadium.
Acuna. Rodriguez playing some good intricate play there, but lose possession, and I'll get it right back in a form of throw-in here. Just over 10 minutes left in this contest. Obviously, stoppage time to come as well, but we only saw 1 minute of it in the first half. We'll be surprised to see more than 3 or 4 in the second half unless something else is to occur and add to that, but pretty tidy second half of play. Only 1 goal in it. Luis Acuna in the 52nd minute as he picks up possession in the midfield.
Not much in terms of extracurriculars on either side. A pretty crisp, cleanly played game. Not many fouls, very few cards as well in this contest. So that's a credit to both teams and the officiating crew of not blowing every single piece of contact, letting the players play, letting them decide it out there on the pitch.
Mercado is fouled again. He's coming off the bench and he has had an impact of sorts, drawing several fouls, creating some play in the attacking third, and he's doing well dropping into the midfield as he's come on for Edgar Castillo in the middle of this second half and kind of changed the hold-up play, but Esteli nearly giving that one away, but Luis Lopez attentive to it and clears that one forward. Ayerdes the intended target, but Managua regaining possession. Long ball past Lopez, and Zuniga will chase that one down, but to no avail as it goes out for a throw-in, or a goal kick, pardon me. He'll go set it up for Rodrigo Romo, try and speed this one up. And Romo will oblige. Quick roll out to the right. But I have to wonder if Managua's aware of the results in some of the other games, knowing that whatever they do in this game might not even impact their playoff hopes.
That's true, and it's unfortunate, but even regardless of having those other results impact the performance here, you want to finish your season strong, whether you have a chance at making the playoffs or not. And for Managua, definitely some positives that they can take from this game, controlling the time of possession, keeping the pressure on Esteli. But you really want to at least find the back of the net once, really at least play for that one draw, that 1 point that you can get for it, even if you can't corral the win, and have some positivity going into the off season and the Clausura season.
Yeah, as Western de Trinidad getting into the books. Mercado with the play. Interesting style to take the corner kick, going around the flag on the outside there, the left-footed ball. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Everyone has their own different little tactic, and whatever works for them. It almost worked for him. He sent it perfectly toward the box. Of course, the redirect sending it back out, but a nice boot on that corner kick.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised with how that worked out, but interesting style to have it closer to the touch line rather than the goal line and make that run around the corner flag. Definitely never seen that one, but Esteli will get the throw in here, but 7 minutes to go. Their first place seed is locked up, but this match is all but locked up so far with Luis Acuna's 52nd minute goal. The difference between 1 point and 3. Foul in the midfield. That one's on Rodriguez, and he'll enter the book. Esteli with everyone back to defend this one, except for Ayerdes, who's forming the one-man wall. Managua sending all but 2 players forward, one to take the free kick, and then Quinto to stand guard inside of the center circle. This one's crossed in toward the penalty spot. It finds the head of Serapio, but I don't think he expected it to come to him. And then it goes out of play. Looks disappointed in himself as he jogs back.
Serapio lost sight of the ball at the most crucial moment to try to make a play on it, and then didn't realize that it was right there up for the taking for him, and he would have had a great opportunity to try to at least poke one through. So a missed opportunity there for Managua, and now Esteli looking to capitalize.
This will be a throw-in now for Esteli on the left, or on the right side, I should say. Managua trying to pin the Train of the North in. Oscar Lopez will take. This one is booted forward toward halfway, flicked on by Ayerdes. He tries to chase this one in. Still Brandon Ayerdes, and this one's whistled back. And it might just be a foul on Ayerdes. It might be a foul, and it is on Managua. And a yellow card is caution to Fuentes. Fortunate not to get away with a red there. Not quite a denial of a goal-scoring opportunity, but certainly an opportunity to get in behind. And Ayerdes was dragged back by the center back, and Fuentes given the caution for his error.
Definitely deserving that yellow card. Fuentes gave a tug of his arm right as he was trying to make a breakaway cut, and now for Esteli, this is a great opportunity to all but put the nail in the coffin for Managua. A great look on this free kick opportunity with just about 4 minutes to go in this contest. If Esteli can convert on this opportunity, they can pretty much seal the deal.
They failed to do so as Managua get this one away. Hard challenge on the touchline. Luis Lopez, the Esteli player involved. It'll be a free kick for Managua. Ayerdes standing in front of it to force Managua to play that one back. Doesn't end up going back to 10 yards, and Managua plays it quickly as time is limited. 3 minutes left in the 90. Pozo plays it forward for Managua. After finishing first place in the Clausura, Managua looking like they will miss out on the playoffs in the Apertura, making it all the way to the final in that Clausura, falling to Esteli over the two legs. But this time Esteli coming out in first in the regular season portion of the Apertura. Mercado with a challenge out to the top of the box. Rodriguez plays it away. Acuna with his back to goal, plays this one all the way back. Esteli just focusing on keeping it away from their goal mount. And a big chance for Managua as that ball gets played in, but it's shielded brilliantly, and Rodrigo Romo comes out to claim it. Some shouts from Managua's players and fans, but it's half-hearted at best, and Esteli will clear this one forward, and the Blue Lions, as Managua is known, Los Leones Azules in Spanish, they have had a tough season, obviously. With the loss, they'll finish with 19 points, 5 wins, 4 draws, 9 losses. Quite the reverse for Esteli with a win, going 11 wins, 5 draws, and 2 losses for 38 points. But Managua's not quite out yet. A minute to go, and they'll have a corner kick. It'll be a right-footed in-swinging ball. But Baez will jog over, so it will be a left-footing out-swinging ball. in the final 60 seconds of the 90. At the near post, flicked away to the top of the box. Mercado heads it away. Garcia puts it back forward for Managua, but it's cleared straight up into the sky and launched away. Acevedo comes out of his 18 to come and collect that one. He'll play it out to Pozo in the final 30 seconds of the 90. Managua looking for the equalizer. But Esteli doing a good job to defend off any attacks here late in this game. Quijano there shielding it to Romo. And Esteli clear. Only as far as halfway, but they'll get it right back. And Rodriguez is fouled. 3 minutes of stoppage time from the fourth official. Final 3 minutes of the season for Managua in 2020. Managua will have a throw in from their own left corner. Oscar Lopez heads it away. Without even participating in this match, Juan Barrera will take the golden boot unless something miraculous has happened, but I don't think it has in any of the other matches. 13 goals on the season for Esteli in his second year and third stint with the club. Had a shoulder injury back in 2019 and has had an incredible role in the Nicaraguan men's national team and is able to find his way to the golden boot of the season. A hat trick the last time these two teams met back in September. Doesn't even need to feature in this final match of the season, which I'm sure a lot of fans had circled on their calendars, expecting a rematch of the finals from this year's Clausura and last year's Apertura finals. But instead, Managua failing to make the playoffs, and Esteli already securing that first seed in the Apertura. Final 90 seconds of the 90 minutes. Shot from way outside is calmly collected by Rodrigo Romo. As we enter the final 60 seconds of match week 18.
So for a third season, Managua's season will come to a close with a loss to Esteli, this time though in the regular season finale as opposed to the playoff finals. And for Esteli, a good tune-up for the playoffs, a good crisp game. Came out a little flat, but since then has really dominated this game and done a great job keeping the pressure on and playing against a Managua team that had its backs up against the wall and needed a win here. Esteli doing all it needed to and more, getting the one goal from Acuna in the 52nd minute.
As this one wraps up, Real Esteli 1-0 over Managua to end the season. 38 points on the year in this Apertura. 9 opportunities to Managua's 12, 4 of which making it on goal for the Train of the North, 5 for the Blue Lions. Fouls 14-12 Esteli. Corner kicks, Managua dominating that statistic 7-3, but that doesn't quite mean you win the match. Luis Acuna's 52nd minute strike, the difference between these two sides today on match week 18 as the season concludes for Esteli, and we get a look back at the highlights from this one. It was Managua early on with the best opportunities. This one coming across the middle of the box. Romo collided into this opportunity over the crossbar from Mendieta. He was offside. It would have counted had that been in. But then it was Esteli with opportunities from the left That one from Rodriguez, and chances from outside. This one caught somewhat by Acevedo, but into the post he went. And then a big chance coming soon after. From the outside, Ayerdes with the shot that just whisked over the crossbar. A right-footed effort, seemingly out of nothing. Nearly scaring the goalkeeper after he hit the post just minutes before. As Esteli struggled to find ways to get in from inside the box, they went from deep. A shot there from Luis Acuna that rattled the crossbar and went behind Acevedo. Didn't go over the goal line, stayed out, and Acevedo could breathe a sigh of relief in that first half as it came to a close without a goal. But in the second half, Esteli picked up where they left off. Acuna with the ball across there that was dealt with well by Managua's defensive back line, and Managua even with an opportunity of their own that Romo had to parry away. That one coming from Miguel Guerrero, a right-footed curler to the top corner that Romo came across, pushed wide, and conceded the corner, but not the goal. And then the goal coming for Esteli, a left-footed strike into the bottom corner from Luis Acuna, his third goal of the season, after the cross from Paz, the layoff from Castillo, and the strike by Luis Acuna. That coming in the 52nd minute. Francisco Paz playing a key role on that right side. Esteli finally getting an opportunity from close range. A smart play from Castillo. And a smooth strike from Acuna to break that deadlock. And Managua didn't quite go away yet. Opportunities came later with Fuentes putting the ball to the back post and Mendieta trying to get opportunities. Then the substitute, Diego Peleas, with an opportunity that just whisked wide of the far post. Rodrigo Romo stood still. Acuna had another chance at the near post that was saved well by the right arm of the backup goalkeeper, Lester. That one just 1-0 rather than 2. And the final whistle coming after the 90. Real Esteli 1, Managua 0 to close out these 18 matches. And Ian, looking back on the season going forward for Real Esteli, first in Liga, Primera, Apertura with 38 points, 11 wins, 5 draws, and 2 losses. A plus 19 goal differential. They're top of the league, and they're certainly the favorites going into the playoffs.
Dominant from start to finish, racing out to those 10 wins. Had a little bit of a dry spell over the last few weeks of the regular season, right before this match with a couple of ties, 1 loss in there as well, but thoroughly dominant, leading in all categories. You mentioned points, you mentioned goal differential, the best offense in the league, 32 goals, the best defense, allowing just 13 goals in 18 contests. And for Esteli, a nice bow on the regular season, picking up its first win in 27 days in this 1-0 victory today. So a good way to end the regular season and a final tune-up for the playoffs. And now all the attention turned to the playoffs, and it's a totally different game. Their records thrown out the window. So for Esteli, they have their work cut out for them, but certainly nice to end the regular season with a winning note and their 11th win.
And we don't quite know who Esteli will face, but we do know that Ferretti defeated Chinandega 4-0. That will confirm Walter Ferretti's second place spot, while Dirijan Hen with a 6-1 win over Ocotal means they're in the top 4 for sure. Whether or not that's 3rd or 4th, we'll see, as Jalapa and Real Madrid in the stoppage time of that match. If Jalapa does not win, and Dirijan Hen's win obviously happened, that now would mean that Dirijan Hen would be 3rd, Jalapa would drop to 4th, and that changes up some of the standings with 5th and 6th as well, but that's just something to keep an eye on in later weeks. As Real Esteli goes out on top the way that they came into this season, the Apertura, 38 points on the year, first place in the season, as they head to the playoffs with this 1-0 win over Managua. So thanks for tuning in wherever you may have been across the world. For Ian Sachs, I'm Sean Meadow. We'll be back for the playoffs as Real Esteli takes on the rest in search of an Apertura title.
Bebé.